They laughed at him, called him useless, said he would never achieve anything in life because he was lazy. But what they did not know was that pain is the greatest fuel, and one moment can change everything forever. And this is the story of Armin, a boy whose dreams were buried under blankets of laziness, until one day a spark ignited inside him and turned his entire world upside down. He used to sleep till noon, avoid every chore, skip every class, and his life was slipping away like sand from his fingers every time his parents begged him to do something he promised tomorrow. And tomorrow never came. He would sit all day with his phone scrolling through meaningless content, pretending everything was fine, until one day he overheard his father crying in the next room, ashamed of telling relatives that his son was doing nothing in life. That single sound, him more than any insult ever could. He walked out, looked in the mirror for the first time, not at his face but into his soul. He saw a coward hiding behind excuses, and it disgusted him. That night he did not sleep. Instead, he opened his old school books, touched them like sacred relics, remembering dreams he once had of speaking fluent English, of working in a big company, of being respected, of standing tall. He picked one book and started reading, stumbled at every word but refused to stop. He kept repeating the sentences, slowly understanding them. He felt something strange inside, like a seed trying to grow in dry soil, and every word watered it a little more. Next morning, instead of lying in bed, he took a cold shower, wore proper clothes, cleaned his table, and made a schedule, not for a day, a life. He watched English learning videos, repeated words out loud, even recorded his voice and laughed at his silly accent. But he kept going, hour after hour, day after day. People noticed his change, but he said nothing. He did not want praise. He wanted results. He used flashcards, stuck them on the walls, talked to himself in English, and forced his tongue to twist and learn every time he failed. He wrote the sentence 10 times and said it 20 times. His phone, once a tool of distraction, became a weapon of learning. He followed English channels, learned stories, repeated them, tried speaking them in front of the mirror, and slowly he built confidence like a muscle. People around him started asking what happened to him. He only smiled and said, "Just fixing myself." His eyes that once looked lost now had fire. His back, that was bent from laziness, now stood straight, and for the first time in years he felt alive. One evening he went live on social media, shared a short motivational story in English. It was not perfect, but it was real and from the heart, and to his surprise people listened, liked, shared, and commented with support. Some even asked for more. He realized his pain had become his power, and his journey was just starting. He promised himself that he would never go back to that old version again, that from now on every morning would be a battle against the lazy version of himself, and he would win not once but every day. And slowly laziness became weaker, while he became stronger. He stopped using alarm snoozes, stopped making excuses, and started learning not just English but disciplined focus, self-respect, and a hunger for growth. He started reading books, watching motivational videos, writing his own thoughts in English, and practicing conversations with strangers. Online, he challenged himself to learn 5 new words a day and use them in sentences. No matter how hard it was, he kept a journal where he wrote every progress, no matter how small, and whenever he felt tired, he opened the first page and reminded himself why he started. Then came a day when he was invited to speak at a local youth event in English, and though his hands trembled, his voice cracked a little, his message reached every heart in the room, because it was not just a speech, it was a story of transformation, from laziness to purpose, from silence to voice, from fear to courage. People stood and clapped, not because he was perfect, but because he was real, and he proved that anyone can change if they truly decide to. He told them about how he practiced daily, how he failed and tried again, how he stayed awake while others slept, and how he turned every insult into motivation. He looked at the crowd and said little. His message reached every heart in the room, because it was not just a speech, it was a story of transformation, from laziness to purpose, from silence to voice, from fear to courage. People stood and clapped, not because he was perfect, but because he was real, and he proved that anyone can change if they truly decide to. He told them about how he practiced daily, how he failed and tried again, how he stayed awake while others slept, and how he turned every insult into motivation. He looked at the crowd and said, "I was once like you, lazy, lost, unsure, but I chose to rise, and so can you." After that event, his story went viral and he started his own YouTube channel sharing English practice stories with motivation. He called it Kill Laziness. learn English, and prove yourself. And every video came from his heart. He told stories, practiced grammar, taught phrases, but more than that, he inspired people. He received messages from across the country, students, workers, even housewives, telling him that his story changed their life. He became a symbol of transformation, because he had the best accent or vocabulary, but because he had the strongest will. His parents, once hopeless, now smiled with pride and told everyone about their son, who once slept all day, but now wakes others with his words. He kept learning every day, improving every sentence, every video, and every habit. He created a morning routine with exercise, reading, and speaking practice. He removed all distractions from his room, deleted useless apps, stopped hanging with negative friends, and focused fully on becoming his best version. And day by day, his laziness died a slow death, replaced by purpose and passion. He started mentoring others, holding free online sessions, helping people fight their own lazy habits and speak English confidently. He told them, start small, but start. Do not wait for perfect conditions. There will never be a perfect time. Every moment wasted is a brick added to the wall between you and your dreams. He reminded them that the real enemy is not outside, it is inside. It is the voice that says later, tomorrow, not now. And once you silence that voice, you win. He reached 100,000 subscribers, then 200, then 500. But he never let fame distract him. He remained the same, humble learner, still waking up early, still practicing daily, still writing new words and learning their usage. His goal was not just to teach English, but to light fires inside lazy hearts and show them that change is possible. He knew that there were millions like him waiting for a push, and he became that push. His story was featured in newspapers, magazines, and even on TV. But he always said, I am not a hero. I am a reminder that even the laziest person can transform into something unstoppable if they decide to. And today, when someone watches his first video, and then the latest, they cannot believe the change in his voice, confidence, fluency, and energy. And that is the proof that action beats talent, that consistency beats laziness, that practice beats fear, and that one moment of truth can rewrite your entire story. So if you are watching this, if you feel lazy, unmotivated, lost, remember this story. Remember Armin, and ask yourself, do you want to live in regret or rise in power? Because the choice is yours, and no one else can make it for you. Not your parents, not your friends, not even this story. Only you can choose to wake up, fight back, and prove yourself. Because the world does not reward potential, it rewards action. So get up, kill your laziness, and show the world who you really are.